So you can do surgery right here or what?
I just came straight from surgery. It's all good.
You get it, is that something that can go outside of the state? Taking care of,
Yeah,
or no, I
like,
don't
we
want.
got a guy in
all
Preston
but
who's got a brand new robot
you
up
just
there,
call.
so.
So I'll just call back.
It's probably 6-8 weeks
Some
I'll
of
be
it.
there. They just-
Surgery will be doing that.
First day, just like for you.
We talked about it, you're all good to go.
Yep.
Or whatever.
So if you need.
Please, I'm not.
You could run the equipment, I'm sure it'll be good. I know more than the doctors.
It was Sundays or Saturday. Right, no, it was Friday, excuse me.
No, it's all the first
You guys
time any of
want-
the stress, right?
Yeah, it was Friday.
I sent a picture yesterday.
I was-
They were debating.
Good for it.
Yeah, it's not good.
Good.
So the residents take a picture in the meeting,
That's cool.
I said, you don't have a mask on. So, but there's a lady standing next to me, she's the attending physician, she has a double mask.
Anyway, he said that he wanted to move.
Yeah.
Be what the
Yeah,
city
that's
wanted.
cool.
He goes, I just want people to work, and they said.
He said they put a stop order on it, so he said, I don't know what I should do, I wanted to work on it. Anyway, if you'll text him, tell him
Yeah, sure. Is he gonna?
I will not get it all.
No, he's gonna be ER.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
good for him. That's
Yeah.
good.
At the point of possibility, what is that supposed to be, so positive?
Point of possibility, just any possibility.
You're at the point of possibility, or you're reaching? the
I'm
point-
beyond,
Just wanna know,
especially today.
what does this say?
Do it.
Oh, dude, what does that say? Oh, you're at the point of possibility.
You start with intuitive, you're gonna have a possibility.
Oh, great. What time is it? Can we start?
We got one more minute. 2 more minutes, one in a little bit.
One in a bit. Good. Yeah. It's on start, you know.
Gonna be. As far as I know, have you heard from either one of them?
Johnny's out there, I believe. Is that Johnny?
Go ahead.
Harry?
Yeah, he will.
Yes.
You got Phil shorts and a t-shirt. Although they're classy shorts and t-shirt. And she always comes.
Scrubs.
Well, no, sometimes she comes classy. She surprises
She
you.
always comes class.
No,
Thank you.
She's
thank
dressed occasionally.
She surprises me quite often.
Dressed occasionally.
Well, she dresses up.
You're always classy.
And then there's these names.
you. Who put you guys with that?
Yeah, there's a reason why we're on.
Yeah. Well, we can be on this side, but we'll get in the parking.
Okay, you're on. Let's go.
It's like Ogden High.
There's Sarah.
I was lost on the
minute here.
But we always won in the parking.
Have a rumble in the parking lot.
Was there, somebody?
No, she's
Phone in.
on in now.
I don't
A
know.
call. Oh, I don't know. All right, 6 o'clock, we're recording. Call to order this Pleasant View City Council meeting this Tuesday, October 28th, 2025, 6 p.m. Welcome, everybody. We'll start with item 1A, with pledge of allegiance, open prayer reading or expression of thoughts. Please join me. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father in heaven, we're so grateful to be here to represent the city this evening. We pray that our decisions might be thoughtful and that we will be making those decisions that will benefit all those who we serve. Father, we're grateful for our employees. Watch over and protect them and their families. Special blessing upon our first responders. Please keep them safe and harm's way in these troubling times. Please bless our residents. We pray that they might feel motivated to get out and vote, to let their voices heard. Again, we're grateful for all the blessings we enjoy, and we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Item 1B is declaration of conflicts of interest. Anybody have any conflicts? Move to 1C, public comments, questions for the mayor or council, limited to 3 minutes. Anybody like to address the council?
Honorable Mayor and this is Lynn Humphreys, Jerry Burns. We're representing the Heritage Foundation. I think there's a piece of paper in front of you. Did you know that next year is our 175th?
Yes.
Say it, anniversary, right?
We're older than BYU.
But anyway, we, Heritage Foundation decided we wanted to try and do something. And so what we're going to try to do is to put together a family scrapbook, rather than a historical volume that's thick and boring. To put together just a scrapbook of people's stories, pictures in it, that just kind of gives a picture of history, just like your scrap was in the area, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Sure. So anyway, the paper in front of you just suggests, we're passing this out. There's a few sandwich board signs that are up. Anybody's invited to participate. History began yesterday, right? And it goes all the way back. So Lori's going to submit 2 articles already here at Grand Beach. Anyway, I hope that everybody does. But the QR code is how you can do that. If you know how to do that, go to the QR code, it opens up the site. You can download anything digital, pictures, written stories, anything you want. If you have a question or know somebody that can't do that, we have a workshop. In fact, that's what the signs are about on, what's the date?
November the 8th, a Saturday.
Where is it?
November 8th.
It's down in the basement.
Yeah, so we have made arrangements to have it in the basement.
What
And
time?
from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And so the idea is that we'll have copy machines, dictating machines, anything that we need that if it's difficult to get your information, just come in and you look into the family search library. This is going to be this is Pleasant View Search Library. Anyway, we'll help you copy and get online anything that you need to do, any submitted you'd like to make, or if you know somebody that wants to. Hopefully we can do this again. It might take 2. But anyway, we just like to invite anybody that wants to participate, and it'd be wonderful to get the Sarah Urey family. You guys have so many adventures, right?
Oh, for sure. Everybody floated down the canal, man. Down the canal. We take
Yeah.
ferries in the orchard.
Picture of you floating over the canal.
Yeah,
And show it
got
to your
chased away by
daughters.
Alcama that lived in the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just hope you're able to submit something, and you have any recommendations or comments or questions?
How long are you gonna leave it? When you're gonna, just for the whole year, or what's your?
We're gonna be publishing through Google Books, and probably have to submit sometime in February to get it out to them. So we hope by January or so, we can get enough submissions to this.
Oh, you're gonna make a hard copy of these.
Yeah, this will be hard copy and.
How much, you're gonna, sorry,
Go ahead, sir.
no, you had.
I was just I just thought maybe it was all gonna be digital and just keep.
No, we're trying to make this a real book. You can turn pictures and get notes. Go ahead,
Fun.
Sarah.
Oh, and just, do you have an idea of pricing for the book and how
Yeah,
people
we
can
need to
purchase
get
it?
Google and find out what their pricing is. We're not gonna make any money on it. That's not the purpose. So just whatever.
Just the cost of creating it and printing it.
Be a great gift idea for kids and
Yeah.
birthdays or Christmas coming up. It won't be available by Christmas, but some Christmas.
July, we hope to have it available for founders. So,
I love the idea. Thanks so much, you guys. Cool.
If you have any ideas or suggestions, please let us know.
It's a great flyer, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else wish to address this? Move on to item 2, consent items, minutes of October 14th, 2025, both open and closed, and the bills of Pleasant View City. Any change, corrections? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion.
Here, I'll make a motion that we approve the consent items.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Arrington, second by Marriott. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Any
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3 is budget amendment. Public hearing discussion and consideration to amend the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget resolution 2025 P. Entertain a motion to go into a public hearing.
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Yuri, second by Marriott. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're public hearing. Laurie.
Well, there's just two items that we're gonna amend the budget for. The first one is the police department has received another grant. And it's offset with revenue and expenditures. So we just have to up the revenue, then also up the expenditure portion of it. The budget's right now 10,000. We want to up it to 22,500. They got a grant for radios. You want to ask more about that, but that's
Nice.
what they got. The other one is we need to add into the budget, into the park budget, up to $4,000 to do an appraisal on that land swap by the multi-sports park. And I think Andrea will talk to you on more about the next item, of what that details, but it's up to 4,000. Hopefully we can get the appraisal coming in lower. So those are the two items to amend the budget for.
Okay, anybody from the public wish to address us?
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Arrington, second by Yuri to close the public hearing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, council, any questions for Laurie?
Question, so it's to increase the budget amount because we received a grant.
So it's still the same, it's offset.
Oh.
Sure.
So it's just, it's
A wash.
it's a wash, it's just
Yeah.
for bookkeeping to increase that because they received the money. Okay, so it's not increasing the.
How much was the grant? Was it, it wasn't the 22? It's the
25 difference between that and 8,000, was it? 10,000.
10,000. So
12,500?
12,500, so. okay.
Was the grant 12,500?
Looks like that's.
No, the grant was 13,000. Or no, I can't remember.
They had another grant they came in.
We had another grant as well.
Well, this is the difference.
This is just the difference between what we had left over from that one and what we
Okay.
needed to do.
So
This one,
increasing
but
it from 10 to 22,500.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, basically, we applied, we got ready to submit the grant and we needed 4 more radios so that every police officer has an in-car radio, which is a huge officer safety
Yeah.
thing. And I told Sergeant Jacobs, who has done great with grants, he's really taken charge of that. And I said, shoot for the stars, we might hit the treetops. And they
did.
gave us all 4. So
Nice.
we're
Mine
we're
is-
excited about that, so.
That's
Wonderful.
cool.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve this resolution 2025-E as stated in our information.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion by Gibson, second by Marriott. Roll call vote. Arrington.
Yes.
Gibson.
Yes.
Marriott.
Yes.
Nelson's excused. Yuri.
Yes.
And carries. I'll vote in yes with one absent. Item 4 is appraisal of property discussion and consideration to approve seeking an appraisal of property in conjunction with proposed contract between Pleasant City and EK Bailey Construction. Is Rita there? She is. Andrea, welcome.
Okay, so, well, thank you. So as provided in your council packets in the staff report, EK Bailey is relocating their headquarters from Ogden up into Pleasant View, on the property just adjacent to the south of the multi-sport park. Pleasant View City owns a small parcel of property that is on the west or rear side of their property. So we were looking at going about a trade of that piece of property. Well, most of that property, they are cutting a 45-degree angle on the northern part of the parcel so that we can access what we need to infrastructure-wise. In exchange, the city would receive the improvements along the front of the multi-sports park. The access that's provided currently is, from my understanding, was intended to be temporary access. UDOT wants a shared access between our city property, the multi-sport park, and the property to south, which is now EK Bailey's. So EK Bailey would install the deceleration lane coming southbound and do the frontage improvements and then in driveway into the park. It's also their intention to allow the park patrons to park in their parking lot to provide additional parking when that park gets utilized. So today's request is just to approve an appraisal for that property so that we can go forward and decide if it's feasible. That it's a equitable exchange for the improvements and the property.
Thank you. Any questions? Dave?
I do. So we're exchanging the west piece that is along the railroad track, right? Southwest piece. I got caught onto that finally after 6 years. Anyway,
The mayor thinks it's northwest, northeast.
Yeah,
and stuff.
sure.
it's,
Anyway,
so, and that is a trade for, because we're not trading any other property by the park, right? There isn't a parcel by the park that we're trading.
Just the deceleration lane.
no,
Okay,
actually, they
We're
are
not trading
adjusting
them,
the
they're-
lot
they're-
line.
It says they're taking some of the park though. Oh, that,
Twice.
oh,
They
okay.
have to line up with that street.
an attachment C,
The
right?
deceleration lane will continue from where we had it going into the park and continue on down. So
If
they-
you, yeah, if you can see the fine detail, up at the top, it shifts this way a little bit, at the bottom, it shifts that way a little bit, so.
Okay,
Kind of
just the
yeah.
alignment, okay. Does that then include finishing the parking lot at the park too? There's no finish, just the deceleration lane and the curbing, so,
And the entrance lane
and the road.
They'll
and,
make the
shared
frontage improvements.
park. Pardon?
The frontage improvements.
Yeah. Yeah, the frontage improvements, the driveway coming into our parking lot, the driveway going into shared lane there. And then anyway, that will all be, they're gonna figure out all the costs. We'll get our appraisal back and see what, if there's a shortage, we could have them do something like that. But my guess is gonna be more than what our appraisal is, because it's not.
Is this the
Kind
cost
of all.
breakdown, their kind of their rough estimate of what it will cost? Correct?
Yeah, that last sheet is a cost estimate from EK Bailey to do those improvements.
Yeah.
Of course, it would be 100% of that cost because part of it's going to be, because it's a shared access. It benefits both of us.
So the real key is getting that appraisal back so we can see where we stand. That's kind of what we're asking for now, Steve.
I know that this is not part of this motion today, but I would like to have something, if they're gonna be doing all of the asphalt. I would love to be able to bundle that and do something with that all sports park. I don't know if we have any, money that we could use. Cause I'd love to get that, I have a couple people, I won't talk about that right now, that will help us with the flattening of that, getting it ready, but it'd be a nice opportunity. Again, I know that's not part, this is,
Yeah.
but if there's
No, it
any
would be.
extra money, or if we come up with, more than what it's, because I think it's gonna be more of a wash, or maybe we're gonna be maybe upside down, but I really would like to have this opportunity.
Certainly something to think about, yeah,
Just-
because
just to
it
have-
does need to get finished.
Because
off.
they're gonna have all the asphalt stuff down there.
Yeah,
I don't know,
even if we just piggyback, so we save some mold costs.
so we saved some of it or something. I would like to have that looked at.
For everything, I mean, the grading could be done different, but even the curbing and.
Well, we've got the curbing pretty much done. They're gonna do curb along that road. And then we'll just, we're gonna take away that inlet that's there. We're gonna do away with that, so that has to be flattened back out, but I don't think it has to be perfect, but last year we got the curb and gutter along the bathroom and going south or east, whichever the mayor says. And it would just be nice just to bump that up or do half of it, or something, just do something there while it's there.
You
So
put road base in there, right?
No,
In the parking lot,
They're
not at all,
but
it's still
ma-
just dirt.
No, it's
It's
mill
Okay.
stuff. But there's a lot of dirt down there too. It's a lot of everything, and I don't know. If I talk to Tyson, which I don't want to under this, he would say, well, we gotta do it all. Take it all out and put everything in, but.
Yeah, it would take a little bit of work to get it.
Yeah, if
ready,
we look at it, I would like to have that as part of the discussion, and I think this is probably next year. When it's gonna happen, right? It's not gonna happen this year, or is it gonna go?
That they pave it and that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, it'll be next year.
They'll probably start a building before
Paving
that, maybe.
paving window's pretty short now. And they're not, they haven't even gone to planning commission yet, so.
So what do we need, a motion on what?
Looking at the budget and stuff to see if that could be possibly part of it. Is that what you're saying, Steve?
Right now, we just need
It's gonna be a separate deal. It won't be
Yeah.
part of this particular thing, but I would like to have us, the staff,
Yeah, we can,
look at something to have it done
yeah.
at the same time. If, I know it's a big money thing, and it's, you know, I don't know, 100,000, how much would it cost to pay that right now?
For the parking lot? Depends on if
Do what the
you
level
wanna
of it is.
just overlay on top of what's there
Yeah.
or take it out and do
Well-
it right.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I think we'd want to take it out.
we
Anyway.
just want to take it out and
Okay.
do it right. to make it-
So, anyway,
Unless-
do we need a motion on what? The appraisal approval?
Yeah,
There, I make a motion that we approve this appraisal of the property in discussion with DK Bailey for the amount of what, 4,000? Or then, or just the appraisal,
just to seek an appraisal, yeah. We're
Seek
just
an
asking
appraisal, okay.
permission to go do it, so.
seeking of appraisal.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion by Gibson, second by Marriott. Further discussion? All in-
Yeah, do we have a drawing of what we want there in that,
Well, for the
We have-
parking lot?
for us, for the parking lot?
There's construction plans from the
There is.
original.
It ones, okay. Yeah,
The
I just
funding
want to
was
make sure
just
we have
taken
those
away.
in place and that they match up with what they're proposing. And
Sure.
if not, we need to go do that just so we have something to talk about in the future.
I think we have full plans for the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and some of that's what they base their driveway on and
Sorry about that.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
abstain.
Okay, so four yeses and one abstinence. Abstain. So, thanks. We're did, let the minutes note that Bill has joined the meeting. Item 5 is equipment acquisition. Discussion possible action to approve the purchase of Ventrac attachment equipment under state contract MA 4733 from equipment and irrigation in the 19,535. Tyson.
so this is budget in your equipment fleet maintenance for the 20,000. We did remove the broom that's mentioned in the budget because it put us over as there were increases from our original estimates. So the broom was removed. It's 3 different attachments. You've got the power rake. Our longtime resident that's been providing the public service at the horse arena for longer than I've been here, and I don't even know exactly when she started, is wanting to retire, and the city doesn't own equipment to maintain the arena. So that's the main purpose of the power rake. Talking with Mike, they have use for fluffing to meet the safety requirements for your fall protections, the wood chip bark and the playground areas. Be used for that to help meet those safety requirements, and they're anticipating monthly use with it down at the arena, and then those touch-ups in the spring to get the parks ready for those safety standards. The next one is the blade is the 48-inch to meet our standard sidewalk. The equipment we've had in the past is either too big or too small, and so building into the Ventracs, the city owns 2 of currently, to meet those needs. We're around 8 miles of sidewalk walking path that the city's maintaining with that type of equipment, and this should help us provide that function better, more efficiently. A lot of the bigger ones that we've had, it damages all our sprinkler heads and the sod, leading to that just unnecessary maintenance in the spring. So also hoping to remove that from the equation. The third item is the snow blower. That's a same thing, meeting that standard sidewalk widths, and the one we have is more for if you were removing big amounts up in cul-de-sacs and they've tried using it in the walking path, and it just does a lot of damage around you, and increased accidents trying to float a snow blower on a skid steer.
down sidewalk as opposed to one that's made for it. So that's what we're looking to accomplish with these.
Okay, questions?
Do we go down 2,700? Do we maintain that sidewalk too?
Yes.
And
It's
this
part of the corridor agreement.
And this would be for that too as well,
Yes.
and around Shady Lake Park.
Yeah. All the 600, that's part of those right-of-way purchases is we got that wider sidewalk, and so the city maintains all the way up 600 and then both sides of 27. So some as developments now happening, we've started, looking to code enforcement and, the commercial taking care of their sidewalk like anybody else in the city but there's still a lot of it that is undeveloped and they haven't moved that way.
So I will make a motion to approve this with the exception, if we buy it, we'll have another drought this year. So do we not be prepared and have a heavy snowstorm, or do we buy it, or?
Little superstitious. I'm right on board with you
If
though.
I buy a
I'm
snowblower-
that way
I
too.
bought a snowblower a couple years ago and.
Went 2 years of drought, right?
Yeah, it's horrible.
But then we have it when we're ready for that, when it happens.
It's so funny. I'm superstitious, exactly that exact
It's
same
okay,
thing.
we bought a pump this year and we got the 5 inches of rain in October.
Yeah,
too,
that's
so
true.
There you
it's
go.
okay.
I'll make
Come
that
on, man.
motion that we approve the purchase, it's under budget and our staff, I think.
I'll second that motion.
A motion by Gibson, second by Yuri. Dave, do you have a comment?
Yeah, I just, I'm going back to the high performing city question here for you, but I think it's a great purchase. But I'd like to really dig in a little bit to say, hey, what's it really gonna save us? What are we, how much more efficient are we really gonna be, and put dollars to that a little bit? And, the question of, how long does it currently take us right now to go plow the sidewalks or the streets that we're gonna use this on? And then is it gonna be that much more efficient? Because in my mind, this is a huge opportunity to save quite a bit of money. And we're gonna save labor and how long it takes to do it, and maybe the wear and tear on equipment that we've been using that's not very, very efficient, so.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll make one comment. I mean, I have seen them with a smaller unit and
The
the
Kubota,
plow on the path, and it's not effective.
No, it's not.
So I think, that especially you go all the way from one end to the other on the
Yeah.
path.
Yeah.
Well, and
I
all the
would want to have
sidewalks that we
something
have
good
too.
that actually plowed. And I've seen them down there struggling along
Sure they do.
2,700. I mean, if we can blow it out,
No,
I
so
just think it's
yeah,
a great thing. I think-
intuitively and anecdotally, right, we think, hey, it's a great improvement, right? Walking in here and saying, I'm gonna save, every snowstorm, I'm gonna save 5 hours of labor or
Yeah.
whatever,
I get it.
Yeah, and I
that
think a
that
lot
adds
of
up.
those tools, like Mike and I talked about even getting the 8 Mile, just having that into our mapping system now. And so now their group needing to attach those times as they do the work, which historically they weren't recording it and to build off of a history. So I think we have the tools now and the right staff and positions to make sure you're gathering the data to have that conversation.
That's awesome. That's good.
My question is it, I'd hate to buy something that's cheap, that's gonna, make it through 2 seasons or something like that. And I hope this is good quality stuff.
Ventrac, good commercial equipment.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you've looked at that.
Well, and that was the big part, the original Ventrac we got for roadsides, and that was the idea, was building and trying to phase out. So like one of these is getting rid of that old 4-wheeler. It's like a 1990s 4-wheeler
Is
that
that
they
the one that
use.
Bob used to ride?
Yes. So there's all of those attachments, so you're not buying multiple one-off machines, you're buying the much cheaper attachment to do a variety of just about any job with equipment.
Cheaper
you
meaning
can
less
do.
expensive, not
Yeah.
quality.
More efficient.
Is Lonnie, if
efficient.
she's retiring, what's she doing with her tiller that she's got? He's on the farm, or what are they?
The tractor.
Yeah, it's more that tractor setup, I believe, but I would assume she's keeping it. But I guess I didn't ask her
we haven't used the bend tracks in the winter. Do we need additional equipment like paint chains and stuff like that? Or is
No,
that-
where we were doing it for a lot of rough cut was the original, we already have the dual, all-terrain tires for them and, we have a lot of the mobile straps and chains if you get into ice. So I think we already have most of that we would need for the winter.
Let's just hope we have some snow.
Yeah.
Oh, we are
Yeah,
gonna need a
I'm-
motion
I'm
for
done.
this.
All right, let's call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All voting aye. Item 6 is the cart ordinance, discussion of possible action to adopt an ordinance regulating golf carts within the city, ordinance 2025-24. I had some residents, several, and one came, I think, and spoke to us a couple months ago about, the law right now is, it's up to the city to come up with the golf cart, else it's, yeah. And we've got some problems. We've had some problems with kids. I passed a golf cart not too long ago coming up 1,000 West. Actually, and it had 6 kids, and I bet the one driving couldn't have been much older than 10. Okay. And it's a problem, and I'd like to not only see, I support this 100%, but I'd also like to see education pushed out in our newsletter and maybe our website and stuff about, hey, this is now, you gotta be 16 or older to operate a golf cart. Can't be on the highways. It can only be on our roadways. Anyway, I think Stetson's done a great job putting this together for me. I really appreciate it. I'll turn it over to Stetson.
Yeah, so as the mayor said, over the last, it's gotten worse probably the last couple of years. We see more and more kids. I think more people. own
Well, we are a
carts.
we have a golf course in our community.
Yeah,
so
and that
we-
was something we discussed was, we want people to be able to drive a golf cart in the city because we have a golf course in the city. And so, but over the last few years, and I'll preface this with me personally, it wasn't a golf cart, but it was a similar like vehicle. One of the worst accidents I've ever handled as a police officer was involving one of them with a pile of kids. And,
Are you side by side?
yeah,
Yeah.
and so, so I have a little bit of a issue with them already just after going through that incident, but, so,
PTSD.
yeah.
I was
so-
the incident commander for the fire department on that call too.
Yeah. And so, anyways, we put together this ordinance, basically, what we've seen a lot of is we would stop kids on golf carts and they would say, oh, we're just going to pick up our friends to come over to our house. So we would call their parents would say, yeah, we just sent them in the golf cart to go pick up their friends. And we're like, where's their friends? Oh, they just live down the street. Well, the kids were like, they lived at 4200 North, 100 something West, and they're in Jacobs Mill. And I'm like, pretty sure the parents didn't know the kids were driving down there to do that. So hopefully everybody got a chance to read through it. I won't read through the whole thing. A couple things that I wanted to highlight was that they can't, when they operate them, they have to be 16. They have to, they can only have as many on there as the golf cart's built to carry. That was part of the problem with the one that we had, was it was so overloaded. Also, they're restricted. They can't drive them on 89 or on 2700 North. They can only drive them on streets that are 35 miles an hour or less. And then also, if you look under 1030, 6 violation, I wanted to include the part that it's unlawful for parents to give their kids permission to go do it, as well. And then, as far as the education side of it goes, I want to be pretty clear with our officer and everybody that, the first issued written violation will be an infraction. Our goal is compliance when it comes to stuff like this. We don't want to make money off golf cart tickets.
No.
We want to keep people from,
We want to keep people
we want to
safe.
keep people safe.
Legal.
But then also, it can turn into a class B misdemeanor, because I think that in order for you to have an ordinance, it's got to have some teeth somewhere, or else you just have people taking advantage of it. But at the same time, I want officer discretion on anybody that knows me knows like huge on officer discretion, and at any point, I don't think we should take that away. And so I put that last part in there that says that they can nothing in this chapter keeps them from giving them a verbal warning as well, so.
All right, thank you. Questions?
I've got-
Steve and then Steve and Ann. Okay.
Oh, I just was noticing, it says, is designed to carry not more than 6 people, including the driver. And then below it says, cart shall not carry more individuals or riders than a golf cart was originally designed and manufactured to carry. So I think there's some golf carts out there that can
2,
do,
4, or 6, are generally what they are.
I've seen like a 9 one.
Really?
Great at homes, man.
Really?
Yeah, those are
I was just thinking six.
Do we have any?
Those are like touring
Yeah, but I think,
or, yeah.
I just, that would be a problem if it's,
Yeah, that's the question, is value does the 5 add on the definition of golf cart?
yeah, do we even need 5 there or?
Say no more than what the,
We already have golf cart shall not
Golf
carry
cart is
more
designed-
individuals or riders than a golf cart was originally designed and manufactured to
Well-
carry is below, so.
When I have.
Just a
original
comment.
design.
Go ahead.
If you add the seat to the back facing rear, that's not how it was originally designed, that's it's a modification, so that's what I'm wondering, does that fit within that definition?
Gotcha.
I would say any golf cart that has more than 6 people in is not a golf cart. It becomes something else. A tour, yeah, something. Nobody's golfing with 9 people in it or whatever.
I guess that makes it, it doesn't matter if it's not a golf cart under this definition, it just falls under motorized vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can always be amended if our police come back and say this is a problem, but I
wouldn't be
don't
surprised
foresee
if
it.
we start seeing 16 passenger golf carts up on the top of the hill up there, the
Right.
golf
you
cart
should
thing
see
is.
the ones they drive up at River High.
Yeah.
Those are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So that doesn't contradict each other, or is that your concern that one is just kind of the 6, but then it can't be more than what it's allowed?
Yeah, I just, I think those, like, either I think we should I think we should just get rid of one of them probably. I think number 5. I don't know, it's
A5?
up to you.
That's what I'm wondering is on E. Cause that's the regulation, not just the definition, it shall carry more than originally designed and manufactured to carry. So what does that word originally mean? Like, if it is a rear
Was
facing
intent-
seat, are we saying that violates? Is that there?
Well, not necessarily if it was, if it was.
How about if we just get rid of originally?
That's what I'm wondering, word originally. Because I agree, what you don't want is people putting seats on roofs and doing, right, what it's. So I don't know how you avoid that, I'm just saying.
Well, some models can accommodate up to 8. It says.
Yeah, but it's mainly like those rear facing seats, I don't know that very many of them originally made with those rear facing seats, they're added as
No,
a aftermarket issue.
2, 4, 6, 8.
And I don't know how the officers would, I guess what I'm saying is you pull somebody over with a rear facing seat, is that a violation of this ordinance?
Yeah, I just think, I think what we were thinking when we had, when I put that in there. I just don't want them taking one that's originally designed to have 4 people in it and somehow modifying it, welding extra pieces onto it so that it can carry 9.
Yeah,
You know,
that's.
And that's, I guess that's, that was the intent there, but, I can see where you're saying that they kind of do.
Well, if we leave A5 in there, that basically said that if it's not 6 or less, it's not considered a golf cart under this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got, like, I've got a bunch of little kids, right? You could put 5 on a seat. And so do you say like, with seat belts to like, as,
Do you belt them all?
that's what I'm
No,
wondering,
they don't.
like individual.
Golf carts don't
Some
have
of them,
seatbelts.
are we not required, if they're street legal, do they not have to?
Be modified for
I
the
don't-
street to have a seatbelt? Cause golf carts don't have a seatbelt.
I think they,
I don't think golf cart, do they make them like street legal
Yeah,
golf
no.
carts?
they do,
They do?
there's a lot of high-end golf carts, but not typically around here, so.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
don't know.
8-passenger ones, is that you're talking about, or?
They're all over. You go to California and they're,
Every kid in the high school in Texas is driving.
I can see why 6 people, because you don't want it to be the fun
Yeah,
bus.
I guess we can look at I'm learning about golf cart. What I don't like seeing is kids out on those battery powered actual golf carts that should be on the grass in the golf course, and they're driving them around our city with 12 kids.
That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying, so how do you prevent,
Yeah, I agree with what you're trying to do, I just.
Well,
I think we just put a max on it,
my goal is
It's
that
maximum of 4
parents are
people.
gonna drive them. They're gonna drive them faster than 25 miles per hour, and they're not gonna drive them on a road that's posted over 35. Well, that would take care of a whole lot of problems.
Have a 10-year.
Yeah, 10 or 14 or
Well,
8 or what.
for
whatever.
me, it's the intent. What's the intent of somebody to drive a golf cart? Well, their intent is to go to the golf course and golf. We shouldn't have anybody driving around town on a golf cart.
That
Do you-
they had, you know.
Well,
we
somebody
had people
drive
just
down
drive over to
park
the city
or-
activity,
Yeah.
Yeah,
do that.
my neighborhood, they kind of, for an evening stroll, if you will.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
I mean-
kids who have golf carts that I've seen that just drive to Star Market. and
You
go
know,
to
I like the country atmosphere that we in, that we can do that stuff, but when you look at the safety and of that type of activity, I don't know.
It's not safe.
It's not safe whatsoever.
So I have a Kawasaki KRX two-seater. And in order for it to be illegal, it has to have lights, blinkers, everything else,
And license.
and licensed. And I have ATVs that are not, that every once in a while I drive them around the neighborhood just to stir the oil up or dry them off after I've washed them or something, and I feel very confident that I'm not gonna get a ticket for that. But this is exactly like Dave just said, my neighbor has a golf, he drives from his house down to the barn. I have no problem with that. But these kids that are just out joyriding, even the kids nowadays, I very rarely ever see a pedaled bicycle.
Yeah.
They are motorcycle looking things that are just zipping in and out and just, so I think.
That's a manufacturer anyway.
So, yeah, so I think this, just like Dave said, the spirit of this has to be something that we have some teeth to say, you're not just joyriding around in a golf cart.
How do you enforce it, I guess?
Well, with the police, this ordinance will then enforce. And I think that this should maybe move up a little. If it gets abused, I mean, I don't want to have, kids up in your neighborhood, if they go somewhere and they pull in the golf cart, and they take their kids around. I don't have a problem with that personally.
My
But-
kid's on a golf cart, so just full disclosure.
No,
my
but,
kid is one of
but,
the
but
kids
it,
that's
but
on a
it
golf
doesn't
cart.
have signals, but if you're treating it like a car, then
Right.
that is the next logical step, that it has to be, you have to have blinkers, lights, all those different
Our,
things.
our
because-
intention is not to treat it like a car.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but that is the next logical, because this is just putting that we want 16-year-olds, we want them to slow down, we don't want to have them be overloaded. So we don't have something like this accident over here. And hopefully they'll behave, and hopefully the parents will say, hey, you have a warning, you're not just out joyriding on a golf cart, you have to be 16. But if you're 16, get a car. I mean,
So,
I like them driving the golf carts, but I think these restrictions are.
but that's fine, but I can just see it being a problem, because the kids are gonna take it to the next level no matter what happens.
revisit, no?
Yeah,
15 kids
right,
inside.
but it's, anyway, it's
It
just,
can always be revisited and
I think
added
we
to.
might need to look at that. It's a good start, I agree with it, it's something that, but I think the next step is this, little gangs of kids going down on these electric bikes.
Oh, yeah, the other,
Golf cart.
the bikes and the
I mean,
motorcycles.
You
Yeah,
see
that's
that
a whole
everywhere,
separate problem, yeah.
and that's because that is,
And they've done a
these-
good job.
these are now becoming, I think, a problem. For safety for the
Just
kids,
going
they can go
slower.
fast.
Yep.
Class B misdemeanor. 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. And I know, I like the discretion of the officer stuff there. Why did we jump Class C? Did you feel like Class C didn't have enough teeth? 90 to.
Yeah. From an infraction to a
Yep.
Class B,
Yeah,
good point.
Class C, because Class B is like a first time domestic violence charge, it's a theft charge, it's fairly significant on a record. And I'm just wondering, like a parent, so imagine you got a kid that continues to take your golf cart. I get the officer's discretion stuff, I'm just saying. Class C is $750 and 90 days in jail. I know we're not putting anybody in jail for this, but I'm just wondering why we went right to Class B.
No reason. I'm okay with the class, with going from a Class C. I just, I don't think I don't think it should ever be able to enhance to a Class A or.
No.
But some people might take several Class Cs because it won't affect criminal history.
history or anything, his license or a lot of that, so.
I don't think too many kids or too many parents are gonna allow their kids to get Class C misdemeanors and not be worried about it.
That's my only thought is,
I like going to a Class C.
Yeah, I think that's.
How are we gonna put this out? So they know,
I agree, you have to.
Newsletter,
because this, I mean, yeah, is it gonna be, the officers catch them and say, okay, this is the new ordinance?
Like I said, I wanna, I push that on our social media, on the newsletter, on the website. Also, as if with any new things, just like seatbelt laws came out, like you hope the officers do a lot of educational stops prior to
I like that.
this, and so I think that's gonna be the first step is the education side of it.
So I have another question. I like all the stuff we've talked about here, but what is insurance like with a vehicle like that? What, if they are,
The motorcycle.
if they are involved in an accident
Sorry.
on the road, are they
The
insured?
electric bike and all that kind of stuff, it kind of all falls into the same category.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm wondering if we need to,
It's like a homeowner's insurance for the vehicle.
if it's like a little scooter, it's not auto insurance, it's very cheap, it's.
well, if you caused an accident, is it a liability? Is
Yeah, right.
your house liability would cover that, or is it vehicle liability?
We got a policy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just something it's likely not
Yeah.
gonna be an
the
issue, but
abilities
you never
there.
know.
So you're talking like if there's a 16-year-old driving a golf cart.
Even an adult,
They don't have
even,
insurance on a golf cart.
yeah, 16-year-old and they pull in front of somebody
Hopefully that'll
and
be
cause,
tied to some insurance policies.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have insurance on your golf carts at all?
We don't, we don't.
So we have bodily injury, property damage, comprehensive coverage, collision coverage, uninsured motor vehicle, and underinsured motor vehicle on our
an
scooter,
electric scooter.
on our gas gas.
Oh, like a,
It's just a little,
moped
like a
type.
Vespa
Yeah,
type of.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know, it might not be covered by any, I don't know that a car insurance would take that on for.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they'd pick that, yeah.
I think it's important, like, I'm open to, like, the Class C thing, I'm open to whatever suggestions you guys have. I just, the mayor and I got talking here a few months ago, and it's just really, the kids driving from here to pick up their friends down here is our main goal, our main purpose. I've always said this, we have kids riding around on their motorcycles and stuff all the time. We stop them, we call their parents, and I've told the officers, Christmas morning, when a little kid gets a brand new motorcycle, I don't want you sitting out in front of his house waiting for waiting for his mom out there videoing him, and you stop him and say, hey,
So Dave, to answer your question.
But I'm open to any suggestions you guys have. That's why we're here to discuss this, but the whole purpose and the goal, I think, was to stop the growing problem of 12, 13-year-old kids picking up 12, 13-year-old kids.
I think it's a great start.
I think so too. Can I make a motion? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
So I make a motion that we approve the ordinance 2025-24 for golf carts with the changes of 10-30-70B to a Class C misdemeanor. And I would like to make the motion that we make it a maximum of 6 people in the operating, yeah, you say, it says
I think we're already there,
Yeah,
Dave.
not designed, but maybe just a maximum of 6 people. I would even be willing to go 4, I think, in my mind, but
Sorry to jump in the middle of your motion, what if it said carries shall not carry more than is designed, but in no case 6?
I like that.
can we go 4?
I like 6.
Okay, I'll make the motion with
They
6.
typically two seats, two and two, or 3 and 3.
The ones we're looking at have front seat, back seat, and then.
Rear face.
So could you
6.
fit 3 along the bench on the?
Yes,
Small
well,
units.
but again, that's not how it's designed, the
Okay.
design is bucket seats, usually, I'm not.
Most of them mine.
But it's
Well, you got one.
not more than is
Don't make him an
designed,
expert.
or in no case more than 6.
6.
I like it.
That's a good,
Did you get that, Larry?
So can you repeat that as far as class C?
So we're approving it with the change from a class B to a class C misdemeanor. And to say, no more than is designed for the vehicle and with a maximum of 6.
And that would be in 10.0.0.
No,
Yeah.
it's, 10.
E,
Yeah.
Oh, E.
Yeah, that's the restrictions on
So then
operations.
omit the
the
other.
5, no, I think the 5 is still.
Keep-
That's the
Okay.
definition. So the E would be amended to say golf cart shall not carry more individuals than is designed to carry or and in no case more than 6. Golf cart shall not carry more individuals or riders than the golf cart was designed. I would just take out original,
With no,
but in no case more than 6.
I think you should go
And I
with
think you should include the driver on that.
including
Say,
the driver.
including the driver.
Including the driver.
So that would eliminate
I don't think you need-
A 1030.1 A5, that whole line.
No, I think
That one can just
No,
stay.
designed to carry.
that's the definition, and that's,
Okay.
that's what we're saying is a limit of 6 people.
Oh, that is a
so-
definition. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
So, Dave then feels it.
I'll second that before they can.
Thanks for the motion.
Motion by Marriott, second by Nelson.
Can you repeat that one?
Okay, this will be a roll call vote. Arrington.
Yes.
Gibson.
Yes.
Marriott.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Yuri.
Yes.
Motion carries, all voting yes.
So,
Item 7 is other business. Any other business?
The storm drain project on 400, they're wrapping up the main part down the roadway. They're waiting for a structure. They'll have to jump back at some point to Pleasant View Drive and to complete it to the canal, but for the most part, the bulk of it in the roadway on that section's done. But we'll start putting out info for the 800 west. They'll jump back to that section, trying to get all the asphalt parts of the project done. That one, unless it gets a lot warmer, I'll probably miss the paving and it'll come back in spring, but before they can move into all the ponds and the other corrections. It's probably the bigger item. The stormwater, we did the 14 action items for September and just working through the 10 bigger stormwater audit items for October. So keep moving that forward.
Sounds like Chief.
Police department's doing good. We're still fully staffed, which is great. We, stats are still up. We're still getting a lot of, DUIs. We've had several of those in the last few months, which has been great. Some of our newer officers have been able to do those. This last week, we hosted, an A-Ride training. A-Ride is like basically a step above just your average training for DUI enforcement, which is kind of fun to have officers from all different agencies come to Pleasant View.
We're a lot here.
Yeah,
Well
we had a little bit of a parking issue. I didn't think about it, but they all parked right out here, but I was kind of excited to host that and let other officers know Pleasant View Police Department's here. And so, we had that. I just want to give a shout out to all of our guys. I mean, everybody's working hard, everybody's happy, everybody's doing a good job. Our crime rate is low. Sergeant Jacobs is working hard on grants. We've been able to get a lot of money in grants and stuff, which has been great. Also, I just checked with them today, and for the first time in a really long time, our detective division has worked on every single case in their queue, which is awesome. They've opened every case and actually followed up and worked on every single case in their queue. So things are going really good that way. That's about it for us.
Thank you. Andrea.
So I sent an email prior to the meeting, at Steve's request for the last city council meeting. When you approved that, attendance at the National League of Cities, City Summit, in November. I included the classes that I looked at attending. If there's any that you saw in the packet, that was sent out for the last meeting that you feel would be extremely important or beneficial to Pleasant View, let me know and I'll add that into the schedule there. Also in that email, and I don't know if you want to talk about this in the RDA meeting, but Stephanie Russell from Weber County Economic Development reached out, and the Northern Utah Economic Alliance is willing to pay for the consultant for the CRA for rice baking. So I'm not sure how that would impact what you're going to do in the next meeting with the RDA budget.
Well, good news. Laurie. Bill.
Nothing.
Dan.
Just wondering if we could get some signs for the pickleball courts so that computers are not allowed, that kind of thing.
We had mentioned that.
I think they were ordering them. I'll see, I'll follow up.
Okay, awesome. And there's one more thing. It's gone.
Is it non-pickleball related?
Yes, it was. Oh, I know. Do we have just kind of a spot where we can submit for like Eagle Scout projects, ward projects, whatever stuff like that? Like, is there kind of like a, I don't know, just even like a spot where we're keeping track of some of the projects that could be done?
I have a folder for them.
Okay, so I suggest just like some like weed and feed along the walking path, just where those like trees and that grass is trying to grow. I had a resident just recommend that we try and maintain that a little bit better. I know we're working as hard as I can, so I think maybe put that in the service bucket somewhere. Is my suggestion. So. That's all I got.
Sarah.
The pumpkin palooza went really well. The U City Council worked really hard. Our rec department worked hard, and Bryce and Caleb did an awesome job with candy cannon and setting up and taking down and stuff. We actually got at last minute 3 different sponsors with Purple Sky Winery and Mountain Land Supply and one of their vendors, and so we ended up coming $1,000 under budget. So, which is awesome. So we just put it back in the general fund. And Veterans Week is gearing up, and we are starting that on Saturday with the Field of Honor, and the majors going to be going up in the canyon. There's a big ceremony, and
Saturday the 1st.
Saturday we're putting up flags.
The 1st.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Sunday, you doing that Sunday night? No, is that me?
the
Sorry, Saturday.
Saturday, and then there's a big sunrise ceremony. Well, hiking up on Saturday morning. But there will be salutes and a flyover, and there's a retired general and all of that, you know, that's coming to swear in some people at the ceremony, and it'll just be really neat. Loma View's choir is gonna be singing there. Jeff Kaplan from KSL and Fox 13, that, you know, the major drop when the new flag takes flight. Anyway, so the Field of Honor will be up until November 12th. But there's several other things going on, and it'll be in the newsletter to be sure, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave?
That's great. I met with Tyson this week or last week, and really some really good stuff that they're doing. Impressed with, but one of the things that came up, and I was gonna talk to Stetson about this a little more, but we spent a lot of money and a lot of effort this year trying to get rid of graffiti in the city. It's been on seems like every playground, and it's been on we've had signs damaged recently, street signs, and I don't know, I'm just wondering if there's something we need to do to think out of the box to try to, I mean, going into winter, so it's probably gonna calm down a lot, but we spent, I don't know, Tyson, I don't know if you guys have collected the cost on that yet, but Mike said we've spent
For each
considerable amount.
one, they track it all through iWorks with the man hours down to the graffiti cans used.
Spray,
So any of those items are tracked in iWorks.
They've had to repaint multiple buildings, and yeah, it's just a lot of cost, and I know it's kids just playing around, screwing around, but I'd like to figure out some way to go after that a little stronger than we have, and I don't know what that is. Maybe we offer a reward or whatever, things like that would help, but maybe we can talk some more about it. If you guys are good with that, it's something that we could work on as a city.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Steve?
Yeah, following up with that, I know that the old America First guy tagged, and I talked to you, and you had some leads. But just like this ordinance, you know, I want this to fall back on the parents if it's Pleasant View people. You know, there needs to be restitution, and these kids cannot just get away with it. If we can catch them, we've got cameras a lot. I mean, I think we need to throw the book at them, have it be a class B misdemeanor if they're caught, or whatever it is, it's just not tolerated here.
Well, I'm wondering, but I don't know what we, because that's not really Stetson's responsibility. They can give tickets and issue citations for that, but it's the judges and
Well,
going into
that-
court,
that's-
right? And
that-
they're
let's do-
juveniles.
Well,
So
but-
how do we, yeah. I'm
so
with you.
let's have an ordinance that if your kid gets caught tagging and building, it's your responsibility. I don't know, whatever, but let's, I agree with that.
I'd like to put some teeth to that too.
It's absolutely there. I got, that's a couple quick things. I'm sad that the 400 West is being, they use that as a wake-up call for 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna have to go back to the alarm clock. I want to give hats off to Mike and the parks guys for their upgrade of the path. I think that looks really good. They crack sealed that and put a layer over it. It was due. And that'll make that last a lot longer. So thank you for that heads up to do that. I really think it was important. A lot of people use that path. I just got a text or an email from Terry. The debate has been canceled for tomorrow.
You did.
So I know that's not part of this, but we need to get that out there. They couldn't find a place to do it. So it's not me canceling it.
Oh,
It's the League of Women Voters canceled
Oh,
it.
shoot.
So, that's,
Okay.
that has happened. Things. But anyway, I appreciate everything that the public works and police officers do. I would love to meet the officers. I know you can't do it every time, but for the next little bit, I mean, there's so many that I don't know. And I want them to know me, so that if I get in trouble, I can, my badge only goes so far. But I'd love to hear what about them, you know,
He's got a
let them know that we care for them and that we need to hear, you know, I want us to have that kind of a relationship with the officer. So if you can have one or two come in every once in a while, or something right at the first, I'd love to meet them here, but hear, you know, what they're, just a little bit about them and.
Maybe we could do that at the dinner. Oh, were you guys not invited to the dinner?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Just joking, but maybe so there.
Maybe you can record it and just let me know.
That's a great idea.
I think it's important.
Like the first time we,
I
well,
wonder if I ever accepted.
maybe you guys all, that's really cool that you invited us to your dinner. Is this like a new thing?
Yeah, for the same, I just attended an FBI academy. And it was really good training, and the guy said something that I just, has really been sticking with me is, he talked about an incident, he's a chief in, or an assistant chief in, Scottsdale, huge police department, and he talked about an officer that got hurt, and the first time he met the guy's family was at the hospital, and he said he never wanted that to happen again. You know, first time he met the guy's wife, and, you know, if something like that happens here, you guys will be meeting family as well. You guys will be involved in that, and that's what, I don't want that for us, and so I hope you guys can put it on your calendars and attend. All the officers are excited that way.
Yeah, when is this?
The council.
Or did I not get an invitation?
Oh, wait, shoot. No.
Maybe I'm not.
I was
I'm good with
kidding.
that.
They sent an email.
I think she
It's
sent it
on
to
there.
everybody's
Seems like I did, but-
Pleasant View email.
I ignore those. So
Oh,
maybe-
yeah, well,
It's
Yeah.
October 27th is, no, wrong one.
no, I think it's
So
the
you got-
third.
It is December 3rd.
That's the other
December
one.
3rd.
And it's
Why
like-
can't I find? it?
Anyway, I want the police to know that we respect them and just have them feel part of what it is. And I know
December 3rd.
some of the officers, you know, just,
Oh, it looks
are
like
just
I
part of the
accepted it.
department, but it should be more than that.
It shows that Steve accepted it.
Yeah.
I probably did, and
Okay.
sorry.
Uh,
I gotta get it in
Ann,
my- I'm
Leonard,
getting old, I
Steve,
gotta get it in my
Andrea,
head.
Sarah,
It's 2 months away.
Well, there's
Dave and-
December.
Dave and Phil have not accepted it. so-
I'm coming.
Okay,
Anyway, that's it. Thanks, Mayor.
no, thank you. Okay.
That'll be a good opportunity to get to know everybody. Just real quick, if you don't mind, Mayor, as far as the graffiti goes, one thing we are finding is a lot of it's happening during
For
the
the
school
dinner?
hours.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I've got with Robbie, we're gonna get with the school. We stop a lot of kids and they tell us, hey, well, we don't have a class now. I don't know, when I was in school, you had a class all four, but these kids only have like one class a day, most of them. And so
What's wrong from there?
I'm gonna work with the school and just say, hey, cause they tell us that they can't be on the school property if they don't have a class.
I don't want them doing graffiti on.
But
campus.
what I don't want is, I'm tired of them doing what they're doing to our bathrooms and to our city during school hours because, you know, they have their first period gets over at 9 o'clock and then they don't have a second and third, so they just go wander the city till 1 o'clock. And so I think that's when a lot of it's happening. And so we're trying to keep an eye out as best as we can for it, but I'm gonna talk to the principal up there and Robbie and just say, I don't care if they gotta go sit in the gym, but I don't really want them wandering around the city doing what they're doing. I think they've caused enough damage now that I've told our guys that if you see kids in the park, go talk to them. Go do a level 1 stop, chat with them, ask them what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, then send them back to school. I did it the other day. Kids were on the playground out here and I'm like, look, guys, this is like 3, it's not 17-year-olds, get off. And so we are aware of it. We're trying the best we can, but I think a big part of it is they have like first period and then they don't have a class for 2 or 3 hours and that's when they're out and about.
Yeah, wow, good job.
Okay, I just have a couple quick things. We received, well, they're telling me we received a petition. I haven't seen it. I don't know, for the intersection over here. I don't know. I think step one is maybe just let's consider some additional signage or something. We can work, Tyson, with you and when she gets back to look at some signage. It's like I said before, you can't fix stupid. It's the statistics that Stetson provided me doesn't. Yeah, I like to base things on facts, and they're got some emotion going there, and it's like that's not the only intersection that we have accidents at, and people just need to. I still can't figure it out. It has been that way for almost 10 years, so I'm not sure
Is it
why.
primarily kids, Mayor, or is it kids on
No,
golf carts? What is it?
it's
What is the primary, is it just people not looking?
man. I've seen
They
people
ignoring the
in
stop sign?
trailers. I've
What
seen.
is it?
Is it high school
No,
students?
sometimes though, are we talking about,
Alberta?
Alberta? Because sometimes if you're coming this way, so you're headed east, if you look right, your mirror, your side view mirror will block those cars coming up. I've had that like 3 or 4 times where you kind of go and then like, oh, wow, there's a car there.
Only on the test.
Is
No,
it
it's not true. It's on the big
sometimes a
front.
day?
Well,
Is it high
ironically,
school students?
I've had people pull out in front of me probably a dozen times, and it's always been the westbound traffic. I can't figure it out. Every single time it has been the westbound traffic. And I think, back to her point,
Yeah.
I think people are more cautious because it is a little harder to see.
Mhm.
Where the
You look a
westbound,
couple times, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, so I think people are just being a little more cautious than the westbound
What
traffic
do you see,
people.
chief?
We have one, yeah. Stop. But most of the time, I went back, most of the time.
She can't hear you. She's leaning forward.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, the person that causes the accident went right through it. They didn't even stop.
Okay.
And so, you know, again, I don't know any other, the roundabout to me doesn't work. A lot of, you know, stopping the traffic on the other way doesn't work.
Can we
I
do bigger
don't
stop
know.
signs or anything? I mean, is there?
I mean,
is there-
Well,
Bigger flashing.
Sign, approaching the sign that says be prepared to stop.
Yeah, we'll look at that.
Yeah, there's some pavement marking. We were looking into it from the last one, seeing about the bigger sign.
Stop ahead?
Yeah, and you can paint some marks out
Yeah,
that are
that-
supposed to help delineate and kind of create that.
Progressively larger. now.
just before you.
Yeah. All right, anyway, I just wanted to
Big alarm.
bring you up to speed on that. The other is, we asked the chief to do some traffic studies on Hills Drive. Remember that? It's really interesting to me that there's more people going northbound than going southbound, like a lot more people, 4 to 1.
It's a suburban.
The weekly average is 477 a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it is being used, but so couple of things, yeah, we'll get this out when we consider it too. We'll get everybody a copy of this. I think for our next agenda, I would like to, like I said, I don't care. I think we just need to give them a decision. You know, if we don't want to contribute, that's fine. We'll just say we don't want to contribute. If you do want to contribute something, that's fine too. I think the road needs to be there. It's still on our master road plan. It's obviously being used, so. Andrew's gonna set me up a meeting. I talked to Sean Meyer last night. He's game for a meeting. I just didn't know when, but when she's back next week, she's gonna set a meeting up next week for, with myself and her and Sean Meyer cause he owns the road basically right now. And then we'll get that back on the agenda. And we talked a little bit about some speed limits. I still think we oughta look at some of them, start moving on. I don't know if you want to do them one at a time, you know, should we start with 1,000 West? Should we start there? And you were gonna look at something on that.
Was it 2550 or is that one done?
2550 needs to be looked at.
I-
We could do 2 in one night if you wanted, I'm sure that.
Followed right after the 4,300 shortly there. And
So
we have
raise
that,
it.
we have that black box too that
Lower.
can give you an average
Raise it.
speed if you want us to put that somewhere where you're considering a speed limit change as well.
Yeah. So maybe let's shoot for next agenda to have 1,000 west speed limit and 2550 north speed limit.
Mayor, I really personally, I would like to let them have that road, and turn it into something like is over the rush. Public access through it. Cause if that turns in, I mean, if we're gonna spend a lot of money on that Hillsborough Drive road.
What do you mean we're gonna spend a lot of money on it?
Well, there's gonna be stuff we're gonna have to do to, if we take it over or we do anything there.
No, once goes through the subdivision process, Sean Meyer and Lily are gonna redo and rebuild the whole road.
Because if we let them just have it, as Sean has it right now.
No, okay, that's a big no.
No,
But you have access, just exactly like going through the rush. What's the difference of rush from 2550 to 2700? That's a public access through there. It's like a road, but they have to plow it, right?
but it's,
The Rush Center,
Yeah, the rush center from 2550 goes straight through past Burt Brothers Tires to 2700.
so those are cross-access easements.
Okay, so
it's
why
just-
can't we have a cross access easement? Where, cause if they build a hotel there, you know, on that west side,
Yeah,
and it's a horrible layout. I mean, it's curved, it doesn't work very well as a.
So part of it would have to bring all of that up to standard because
Yeah.
all of the, even to the curves, the width.
Well, we're not giving up an access, but it's exact thing, I think. It's 2550.
I don't think
To
it's the
20
same.
to 2700, that public access through there is a straight shot. It is, whatever that was designed to do, there's gonna be a light there at some point. And you know, that's not a city-owned, understanding, right? Correct?
The lights at
Yeah.
Rush.
Okay, I couple, if we take it off our master road plan and don't make them put it in with the subdivision thing,
Then we lose.
they
The
can just
access.
go like that then.
So how did we, what was the verbiage?
I mean,
in the rush?
that's,
In the rush side, what was the verbiage to have that public access through there?
it's a.
that was required by UDOT, wasn't it?
Yeah, so part of Hillsborough is one of your accesses for the agreement for the corridor for
Yeah.
2,700 for
Yeah.
the city. And so if you remove it, you're handling a different level of transportation through those. That's why they're identified in those master plans
Yeah.
as you're trying to enter these.
I think it's kind of a different thing though, what the mayor
And
said.
it could be.
So-
Well,
I don't want to have access to
They
it.
asked us if we'd contribute. I I don't care if we contribute. I just, we have been using it, we're gonna use it, but I don't, typically the normal subdivision process is you guys put in the road.
Right.
And that we can stay.
But we're asked, they were asking us for money, and I just said, I don't wanna give.
But
them
we've been
money.
using it and I.
Well,
think
and I'm fine not giving them any
Yeah.
money either.
I don't know, I wanted to
I told
put
them
that
I'd
out
ask,
there
so.
to see.
They're gonna make the improvements whether we give them money or not. So,
Or they're
it's-
not gonna develop, one of the two.
yeah,
All right.
and
Okay. That probably more debate than should have been done under other business, so.
All right.
We'll,
No
uh,
decision.
So next, 2550 north and 1000 west. And,
And can we get a couple of traffic, like fast people are going on there? Can you do that
on 2550,
on those
Yeah,
two?
we can put that.
that on this?
Okay.
That's.
no, this is just Harrisburg.
On 1000?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
That'd have to be in several different spots though, above, by the
School.
school and then down
right.
below.
Yeah.
I'd want that to be 3 different traffic studies on that, cause it changes 3 different places.
great. And it'll automatically count the number when we do that, correct?
Yeah.
The number of cars to, okay.
With your.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh,
Yeah.
We
Did you
do?
want the RDA first?
But you guys gotta be in on these when we have closed meetings. I have no idea what it's gonna be, so.
Wait, so what's the motion now?
Do you wanna go into the RDA?
Close the meeting, go into RDA, don't we?
Did
We
you?
will suspend the meeting and go into the RDA, so.
Okay.
Motion to suspend the meeting.
Mayor, motion to suspend the meeting and go into the RDA.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
I, leave the state, it's still the RDA. Okay, yeah.
All right, I'll
You'll
call
be
to
part
order
of the
the
redevelopment.
Pleasant View City Redevelopment Agency. This Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. 7:13.
Yep.
First item is the consent items, minutes of September 9th, 2025.
Here, I'll make a motion, we approve the consent items.
Second that motion.
Okay. Motion by Arrington, second by Erie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Item 2 is budget amendment, public hearing. Discussion and consideration to amend the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget, resolution 2025-C RDA. Guess one of the questions I would have is this still germane, given the fact that the county's gonna pay for the study?
No. Well, want to do it, it is impacted to see if you want to consider it yet too. That was part of it too.
Well, that's not on the agenda to talk about.
Yeah, that was part of the conversation on like the $20,000 that we would need. Rice has already picked up their building permit, on October 22nd. And I just kind of put down what they were asking for according to their handout. It was $99,000 a year. Or we almost at 1.5 million that we would give back to them. All the entities that would be affected in the city, the residents would be given up 1.3 million, 20 million over 2 years. And then, when we set up an earlier EDA, we had tax incentive criteria. And I kind of listed those there, and one of them was an average wage. And they had to meet, the people that did it, they had to meet the 110% of the average wage in Beaver County. I kind of on rises. They have few people that would be production managers that would help. But most of the people weren't even making close to what was on like Indeed and stuff, not even close to 110% of the wages, if we adopted the same type of criteria. So it's kind of up to you guys, if you want to pursue it or not even hold a public hearing.
Well, I think if we're not putting the bill, if Weber County wants to put the bill and see if it's funny because the last couple of projects that I know about, Weber County's actually turned down because they got a new policy that says 12, I believe it's either 10 years or 12 years and a maximum of 50%. And then they developed a whole matrix that they go through to, you know, will it generate sales tax? Will it, you know, is it used for truly public infrastructure versus just building their building and stuff like that? It's very, and a lot of, districts and cities are in a similar policy because of that. You know, certainly something we could look at in conjunction with that. But yeah, I guess the real discussion, and I don't know that it's fair to discuss it here right now based on the noticing. Whether we want to do it or not. But that does kind of become moot to hold a public hearing and increase the budget, because we're not gonna need to do that.
And if they're footing the bill, we don't care if we explore. We approved last time, we approved them
To look at it.
propose something, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean, we're still at that point, right? Because they haven't come back with anything.
no,
I think they were gonna,
this would be the next step and that's what this was for, is to look at hiring somebody to put this all together.
Where did you get the $99,000? I mean, that seems like,
Yeah, that was part of their
that
presentation.
seems like a lot of money that, and this is not part of their current facility. This is just that vacant.
just their
Right.
add-on,
But
The addition.
and they're gonna do
They
it.
were saying if we give it 50%, what they would propose, so this is their numbers. It's 99,000 of our taxes every year that would go back to Rice.
Well, 50%,
Um,
45,000, right?
But
Huh? So it's 180,000, or is it?
I'm looking at page 25 of their handout, because I don't have any numbers, I'm just.
Cause
going
I mean, I just believe that property that's not affected from their current stuff, that we're getting that much.
Yeah.
tax revenue.
it's per year, or if that's the overall.
That just seems
Maybe we need
outrageous.
some clarification on that.
Cause I don't think that, I mean, I can't see that we're getting for that 5 acres back there, this open land, even it's, you know, even if it's based on commercial. that we're getting from our benefit, Pleasant View's benefit, that we're getting $99,000 a month or a year.
Yeah, but it's not
Excuse
just,
me.
it's not just the land though, it's the building.
Well, but no.
And the equipment inside of it.
We're not,
It's gotta be. But I think it is high. I think that's the total.
There's no.
Yes, I know, but there's no way they're paying 1.3 million a year overall.
But is that?
For
including their
Pleasant
equipment
View's
and
portion.
everything?
maybe overall.
So you think this might be the full 15 years?
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, but I just don't think that, I mean, that seems awfully high to
That would
me.
make more sense.
They're gonna build the
Mhm.
addition whether we help
They'll
them or
put
not,
together a
and so
presentation.
it's a lot of tax dollars to give up.
And they're saying that we would realize.
I don't know. Just things.
Mary, you asking Sean a question about how they do their RDAs in the county?
Sure.
Sean, you were mentioning when we were talking about what the county does, can you tell us again what your new policy is with how you do these RDAs?
It is basically what Mayor Paul said. We do have a new policy is 50% over 15 years. And we have criteria that is now, and it is generally for public infrastructure. So that is the basics of our new policy.
So this is much public infrastructure.
So public infrastructure, not
You look at
private.
Page 24 before, it looks like they're doing it per year. They used last year's rate. And what they thought their real cost would be, they take you over to page 25. So it looks like it is yearly thing, but you guys can look at it, but it looks like it's yearly.
We're getting that much out of it. That's a big, it's a big deal.
That's a, give it up.
Well, and I'm not good, it's a big deal that we're gonna get that much.
Yeah, but
Well, and that's
They're
what,
gonna build it
that's what
regardless.
this person will put together is a detailed thing to come in and tell us exactly what.
Yeah, and I'd like, if county will pay for it. That's truly, that's not coming out of Pleasant View.
It's
I'd like to
not, it's not really the county that's paying for it.
It's the way,
It's-
is it
I
our
mean,
RDA?
it's coming
Northern-
through the county.
Yeah, through the Northern Utah Economic Alliance.
Yeah.
So I would love
Through
to
the
see some
county.
real numbers. I hate doing studies, I hate doing all this stuff, but some real numbers of what it's gonna be. I mean, not just fabricated, not just something they did back east somewhere. I truly see, because if we pursue this, the school district, the county, I mean, those numbers will be there for them as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, Pleasant View is, I would say, one of those, you know, maybe the mosquito abatement, but they may not.
They would
we-
probably
One of
may
the
not-
smaller.
We may not participate, but.
The sewer district,
Yeah.
Northview Fire District.
And
all
that,
those.
all those numbers should come out with this study of everybody's, and have real numbers being there. So I would like to see,
No.
if Pleasantview doesn't have to pay for it, and I hate to say that. Don't mark that in the official minutes.
Steve's asking for a
Please
study.
ask you some real numbers, if we call it a study that, like, nails on the chalk.
It's an
Yeah,
assessment.
probably
It's
just.
an assessment.
It is. Calculation, so I mean, we need to calculate, so let's do the calculation or a
The
report.
economic development team is willing to pay for finding out those numbers. That is to do that.
Cause if we don't have the real numbers, we can't make a decision, and we can say, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna give that much up. Or,
So I guess we need a motion
Yeah.
for no action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mayor, make a motion that in light of the new information, that we take no action on this item tonight.
I'll second that one.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's the
I
best
entertain a
motion of the
motion
night.
to adjourn the development agency.
motion to
And-
adjourn the RDA.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Entertain a motion to reconvene the Pleasantview City Council meeting.
Motion to go back into the meeting?
Second?
Okay. Got that? Are we still on the same tape or?
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're back in our meeting.
What's the purpose?
I don't, yeah, what is the, it
category?
needs to be in our motion to,
That's property discussion.
Motion
Okay.
go into a closed meeting to discuss property acquisition.
Second.
okay, motion by Nelson, second by Arrington. This is a roll call vote, I believe. Nelson,
Yes.
Arrington.
Yes.
Yuri,
Yes.
Marriott,
Yes.
and Gibson.
Yes.
See you guys.
Thanks. I'm guessing we can just have it here.